Hi, I decided to do no slides. I'm just going to show you the demo, which is a live beta. So actually after this, if you want, you can go on our website and sign up, and we're letting people in one by one. Just opened up the beta. So Tiger Trading is a retail OEMS trading platform, which just means that it's a single trading platform that a regular individual user can use to trade across all of their various exchange accounts. And particularly in this environment, in a conference like this, I don't need to tell people why crypto is interesting or really why crypto trading is interesting. But I do want to give some context for the retail part and what we think is cool about the retail market in crypto. And to provide context for that, I want to tell you, like 2 years ago, I think, whenever the first Ethereal was, I came and I spoke about crypto market infrastructure and some of the problems with crypto market infrastructure, which were numerous, but particularly the problems that were going to keep institutional players from entering the space. And actually, since then, there's been a ton of work done and a ton of solutions made for institutional players. They've actually started to see a real institutional presence in the space. Another area there's been shockingly little work done is the retail user experience, which I can personally attest to, meaning that the two biggest problems I had with retail crypto trading then, I still have now. And that was, first of all, a problem of UX, meaning that not any shade in any particular exchange's UI, but I had to open 5 different browser windows because I had to trade across multiple exchanges in order to be able to do price discovery or to find liquidity for a particular random token I was looking for, or even to access a certain pair that I was interested in. And on the other side of that, which is kind of part and parcel of the same problem, when tax season came around, the P&L for every single exchange was wrong because I had done trading on other exchanges, so the cost basis that exchange had access to was wrong. Now, interestingly, the thing that causes this in the crypto market infrastructure at a base level, or at least makes this the default UX, is the same thing that makes crypto retail trading interesting, is that we have this long trail of really random, inefficient, low liquidity assets, and this long trail of really low liquidity exchanges that keep popping up, such that there are certain things that maybe have $10,000 of liquidity a day that an institution isn't going to spend money to create a signal for, because even if they make an amazing signal for something like that, if they're managing $80 million, it's not going to affect their bottom line. So as a retail trader, there is a space to play where you're actually competing with other retail traders and not with institutions that have way more resources. And the interesting thing is that even as more liquidity appears in the major coins, and as more institutions enter that market, because even versus then, it's become easier, the lower activation cost of making new assets, there's way more code out there you can fork and tweak to pertain to your individual product. And it's become even easier to make new exchanges because you can white label the entire back end of exchange software, put a skin on it, and you open a new crypto exchange. That's probably going to continue to be true, even as much of the market develops. It's going to continue to be a particularly interesting place for retail crypto traders to play, but they're going to keep facing those problems unless you make the kind of infrastructure play that solves those while knowing that that base level is still going to exist. And the obvious solution to that is a really beautifully designed retail crypto AMS. To which point, I'm going to get into the demo. I know these numbers are a bit small. I also will need somebody from the audience at some point to hold down a button for me because I didn't factor in the relative positioning of the screen and the laptop. And in the interest of time, I want to focus on the aspects of our platform that are the most distinguishing and that are more or less unique to us. So a lot of these things are going to look familiar to you. We have a chart, order book, quotes, and a wallet. In this case, this is linked to a Binance account and a Coinbase account for demo purposes, so you can see what I have in those actual accounts at the bottom here in the wallet, aggregated up. And the main thing we're focusing on, how we designed this, is customizability. So everything in this is modular, and you can add widgets or remove widgets as you like. You can even make widgets into separate tabs in the same place. You can resize all these things if you want to go somewhere different and make a different view. And you can trade here directly on the order book. I'm just going to do a quick. And I'm going to cancel that order. But you can also do it one click if you don't want to have to type in a ticket. Or you can change down here at the bottom any different size you want to have as your default order size. Now, any of these things have more layers of customizability. Like, for example, I changed this to ladder view because I'm a ladder guy, not a standard guy. But I wanted to show something that's a little bit more distinctive to this platform that's made possible by the way that we built it, which is you can make new workspaces here, and it'll save them. I'm going to make a new one, and I'm going to make it, we have presets, and as more people are on the platform, we see what people like, we might change what some of these presets are, but I'm going to make a completely new one. And I want to be able to look at and trade 2 different crosses on 2 different exchanges in the same window. So let's see. I want to add a chart, probably one order book, and time and sales. And I'm going to need a second chart, second order book, second time and sales. And what I can do here is these have auto-populated for a particular asset. But if I link any 3 of these by color, or any number of them, I suppose, now I can change the asset here, and that'll change the order book and the time and sales as well. So in this interface, I can be trading simultaneously, Bitcoin USDT on Binance and my ETH USDC on Coinbase Pro, or any other exchange I have linked to this that I want to be looking at. Before I navigate to the next part of this, actually, as I said before, I'm a ladder guy, so I am going to do this. I actually made this interface and then deleted it for the purposes of remaking it here. And there's one last feature I want to point out here because I don't think anybody else is doing this right now. And this is going to be something that's going to be more accessible for the hardcore trader types, but hopefully is visually understandable to anybody. And this is where I'm going to need a volunteer from the audience. Thank you. Could you just hold down, let me wait for a good, hold down Shift. Okay, sorry, Shift freezes the order book so you can trade without something moving under you. So this is our smart order book. And so it's a smart order router, which just means, as you would in any OEMS, if you do an order, we would route it to the cheapest exchange where you have the funds and you have an account. However, we don't want to be doing anything black box in the back end. So what we did in the front end is we created an order book that shows you, as though it were one exchange, the aggregated orders from all the different exchanges you have accounts at. So what we're actually looking at here is we have this smart order book, which is the aggregated liquidity from both. We have the Coinbase Pro order book for the same cross, ETH BTC, and the Binance order book for the same cross, ETH BTC. And thankfully, my assistant has frozen the order book. So we can see, for example, right now, let's see if there's any, actually, let go and do it again. I want to update. Freeze it again. For example, we see the top of our order book here is actually coming from Coinbase Pro. But over here on the sell side, we have a whole bunch of liquidity sitting on Binance. There's not much liquidity in the front of Coinbase Pro, and so that liquidity from Binance is getting pulled into our aggregated order book. So at any point, rather than having access to both exchanges and you watching both of them even in the same window, we make the data digestible as though it were a single exchange. You can access the liquidity relatively seamlessly. You can let it go now, thanks. And they're the same sort of smart, hypothetical, synthetic exchange that we made for this order book. You can apply to other features, like this time and sales will be showing now time and sales from both of these. Obviously, with this level of configurability and customizability, there are a lot of things you can do. But the idea here would be you can join our beta and try it out for yourself. So right now, we're doing a closed beta where we're slowly letting people in who sign up on our website. So any of you can go on here, tigertrading.com, and if you click early access and you put it in here, when we're ready to let you in, we'll send you a confirmation link and you'll be able to sign directly in, link up your exchanges, buy their API keys, and then go ahead and start trading. That's about it.